Hey everybody, welcome to another Friday vlog. I wanted to talk to you today about what I plan to do in the future as usual. I plan to play another episode of Lion next. That's what's coming up next, the simulation mode of Lion, where more simulated Simbas stalk the Serengeti, respecting rendered rhinoceri and pouncing prey as they please. That's all the alliteration I can muster for now, but I will also be playing the Venus Wars and making a video of the stunning conclusion of that game, because apparently there's one more episode or level left in that game. One more episode than I expected. I was hoping to be done with that game and move on to a new game, but that's fine. One more episode is fine if it gives me a deliciously thrilling conclusion. With a powerful final boss. I don't mind a more conclusive conclusion with a powerful final boss if I have to play. I don't mind playing another episode for that. In any case, I will also be playing, as usual, more Ultima 9 Ascension. I plan to resume my Zumba game. I was playing Zumba a long time ago, and someone requests that I go back to the Zumba to get the Zumba's revenge. Because it sounds like Montezuma. It's not Montezuma. Zumba! Zumba! That's what it kind of sounds like here. I guess. It does. It has like a Mayan theme. And yeah, Zumba, Montezuma. I mean, it's pretty obvious. But in any case, I don't think I'm going to be playing the exact Zumba game that I was playing before. I think I lost that. But so I might be playing a new version of the Zumba, which will be cool. It'll be a more up-to-date version of Zumba with new stuff. So maybe that'll be for the better, honestly. But it would have been cool to, pick up where I left off, like I did with the Venus Wars. But in any case, more Zumba, more being a frog, shooting beads, colored beads at a spirally string, or a string of beads, firing beads at beads of various colors to eliminate those beads and protect yourself from the curse of Montezuma in a puzzle. It's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game where you're a frog in a Mayan theme. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining this, but I'm going to play more Zumba, and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. I like the game. It was a puzzle game, but it was like an action kind of puzzle game where it it's fun. It's like Tetris, like there's a lot of puzzle games out there that are very dry and boring, and it's like there's something intense about Zuma that it's what made the game catch on so very much, and I'll be glad to go back to it. So thanks for the request to the person who requested it, whose name escapes me for the moment. In any case, I picked up some things from the dollar store, some fun toys for the girls and boys, and I am donning my safety glasses, and I left my headphones on for this very reason, because I'm going to do something a little bit dumb. Well, first off, actually, maybe I should show off the other. No, actually, let's show off this toy first. I took it out of its package already because it was so much fun that I couldn't. Everything else is in its package, but the dart shooter, or fléchette, the fléchette launcher, or dart shooter. It's a dart shooting gun. I got it at the dollar store for $1, obviously, and the interesting thing about this particular dart shooter is that the springs themselves are in the darts, making the darts actually significantly heavier and almost giving them a feel of more of like a bullet. And it actually stings just ever so slightly if you shoot your hand at point blank. Ever so slightly, just because the darts have that much more of a weight to them, which is kind of fun, really. Anyways, they say that this is a toy for ages 6+, but they also tell you not to aim it at your eyes or face. But I feel like I'm an adult and I can get away with it as long as you're wearing proper protection. The main things that you could injure if you aim this at your face would be your eyes or maybe your ears. So just to be safe. Also, what's kind of fun is shooting the background. I could put something fun on the background and shoot this green screen. Just because I made myself a little game where if I shoot the background and then catch it, and then see how many times I can do that in a row. Well, okay. 1. But I could put like a, I don't know, a Hitler on the background and shoot the Hitler or something. Whoops. And occasionally the darts go off when you don't want them to. So, which is why they tell you to not keep it loaded. But here's the fun thing for me that I decided to do today. Now, everyone, I really do not try this at home. I am an adult, and I do have people I can call upon in case I do get injured nearby. We have paramedics standing by in case this idiot does something really dumb, but this gun will cause me to flinch every time if I point it at my chin. Or every time. Or just... They say not to aim it at your face, but, you know, the chin... What damage could you do to your chin, really? But it's just the potential. It just causes me to cringe. Okay, that's enough. Where's the money? I'll tell you everything you want to know. Just get this gun away from my head. Jeez. Okay, well, it's just like the cringe factor. God. Okay, that's enough of that. Anyways, just demonstrating a point that, ow. For $1, I thought this was pretty cool, honestly. This is a pretty cool toy. You get 3 darts and a dart gun, and the darts are parts of the gun. All at once. Oops. Alright, not the greatest hand-eye coordination for me today. Come on now. There's one of my 3 darts in particular that does not like to stay loaded. Is this one. Anyways, that's the dart shooter. It's pretty cool. For $1. And I originally bought this one as a joke, but I think it's actually grown on me. Since they say, quote unquote, it's 100% official Simpsons figurine. I don't know. I originally bought this as like an ironic sort of thing, but I do kind of like Bartman. He's like Batman, only Bart. I bought the Bartman Simpsons figurine. Ages 3+. It's apparently a child over 3 can't possibly injure someone with this thing. Although that's not true. Let's see, made in China. Alright, let's rip this bad boy out of the packaging and see what he's like. Does he have a counter underneath? No, it's just like a hole. Oh, that's weird. Well, it has a little Matt Groening signature underneath. Doesn't really show up. But, I suppose it's alright. Yeah. Seems to be slightly greasy. It's covered in grease. Why is the Bartman covered in grease? I'm about to give this thing a rub down with like a paper towel or something. Ugh. One moment, I'm gonna have to paper towel my hands off after touching Bartman. Bartman is absolutely filthy. I'm wiping him off with a bit of a towel here. But that was disgusting. I'm not sure. The Bartman figurine, it seems okay, but it was covered in a mysterious grease that I don't find healthy at all. This is another thing I bought at the dollar store. You know, originally I went to the dollar store to get things that are ironic and sad, but 2 of the purchases I bought because they were cool. I thought the dart gun was really, really cool, and it shoots a good distance, and it stings a bit, so it's pretty cool. But then these seem pretty cool too, these Cyclone Flyers. So I thought, yeah, that's worth $1. I'll buy that. I'd buy that for $1. Let's open up these bad boys and see how they work out. So the idea is I put these things onto this twisty thing. Oh, I put the launcher onto this first, Then I put the fans on the launcher. That's fun. I can just put them at the top and let them spin their way down. That's cool. Alright, and I guess we're going to launch all three at once. Go! Alright, well I didn't give it the most powerful launch because I wanted them to stay on screen. And they did have kind of fun scattering about. Let's do that again. Let's do that again with more force this time. I would like to change the angle of my camera. However, oops, I'm loading them the wrong way around. Well, who cares? I'm a rebel like that. Oops, except for I forgot the launcher.
Oopsie doodle, you gotta put the launcher on first, you moron.
Alright. A launcher thing. Each of the propellers. Uno, dos, tres. Alright. Down they go. Don't know why I'm still wearing my safety goggles at this point. Maybe I could shoot them out of the sky with the gun. Alright. See how we in frame? Need to move my window. Okay, here we go. Oh, those went... I shot those off in a direction. Launch! Oh, they went all over the place. Let's just do one at a time. I feel like they're bumping into each other. So let's do this little guy. Well, they fly a good distance. I just have trouble keeping them on camera. Alright, well, the final item I have today to play with is, believe it or not, believe it or not, Donald Duck orange juice. And it's actually just 100% orange juice, so that's what they claim anyways. Ingredients, water, concentrated orange juice. So orange juice made from concentrates by the Disney Corporation. I bought it because I couldn't believe it exists. And I didn't realize that Donald Duck is still a popular character to this day. Why? I guess they're repurposing him for modern cartoons, but all I remember Donald Duck doing is being angry at chipmunks. I guess he's probably not so angry these days, but it was usually him and the chipmunks, and he was just that's his character. He gets angry at things, so whatever. Let's see how it tastes. It's actually okay. I figured it would taste like rage and duck. Or at least like concentrated death. But no, it actually tastes quite pleasant. It tastes of orange juice. It tastes of typical orange juice. I am impressed. I am impressed that a food product with a corporate logo such as this managed to turn out okay by normal product standards is actually rather impressive. I mean, generally when you have something that is a sort of licensed sort of thing, it turns out pretty poorly. Whether it's board games or video games or food products, I think you'd best take this sort of thing with a grain of salt, if that would make sense. Salty orange juice, you know what I mean. I guess it's alright. Impressive. Impressive Disney Corporation, I must say. Well done on that. Although it actually does make sense. You know, Florida. I didn't think. Florida. Lots of orange juice in Florida. Disney Corporation's in Florida. Disney Corporation says, hey, why not buy everything in Florida? We're the only thing good about Florida anyways. Oh, geez, I made a lot of enemies there. Oh, well. Let's get angry like Donald Duck. I'm really surprised that they chose Donald Duck for the mascot for the orange juice. Like, I figured they would choose Mickey Mouse orange juice, or I don't know what else was Disney owned these days, like Tron electronic techno orange juice, or our Pirates of the Caribbean orange juice. It's good for ya. Mix it with rum. Arr. Or is any other Disney property, really? What's it like, Gravity Falls, or I don't know, what are they making, like Wander Over Yonder, I hear people liking. Ren and Stimpy. No, wait, that was Nickelodeon. Or did Disney? Nah, no, it was Nickelodeon. Donald Duck orange juice. Here I am, a grown man, drinking Donald Duck orange juice and playing with a $1 flechette gun. Oop. That occasionally goes off if you don't load it properly. What do you think about that greasy Bartman? Super greasy. That's why he's so shiny. Notice how shiny he is. That's what they wanted. Hey, how do we make these look shiny in the packaging? Grease them up, naturally. I mean, ugh. I have to wipe my hands after that. So, in general, not my best episode, but it was entertaining, I guess. I told you what's going on next. I could talk about recent events, but in general, they're all kind of depressing. I mean, well, yeah, they're all very depressing. I mean, there was like a terrible terrorist act in Turkey, and Brexit doesn't sound entirely... Well, actually, yeah, let's talk about Brexit. I don't want to talk about the massacre quite as much. That's sad. The terrorist bombing is very sad, and that's all I really need to say, is violence is sad, and I don't like real-world violence. Real-world violence is not the answer. Let's not dive into the ideology at all, but violence is usually... rarely. I'm not going to say it's never the answer, but so rarely. Like, you know, as an American, like, Hitler is, like, the only example where violence is like, okay, maybe. But other than that, unless there's Hitler version 2 out there, I don't know. Anyways, Brexit. I'm kind of both ways on Brexit. It's weird. I'm kind of in the middle on the fence because, you see, on one hand, I do enjoy the idea of somebody going their own direction and being more of themselves. I feel like Britain, if they leave the European Union, will become inherently more British because they're able to do entirely British things and make their own decisions. Now, on the other hand, cooperating with people is good. I feel like, obviously, if England's part of the European Union, they're going to be able to cooperate, make more economically sound decisions. Just, it'll be good for the economy. It'll be good socially to cooperate. Just like, if people cooperate towards the same goal, we tend to reach that goal faster. But does everyone want to compromise their own unique vision, their own unique dream? If we all choose to walk the same path, we can get to the same location more quickly. But not everyone wants to go to the same destination. So, to make people who don't want to go to a particular destination go to that destination... Oh, I'm speaking in very general terms, but my point is, while I feel like Britain leaving the European Union is a bad thing economically for the whole of Europe and even Britain itself, it might end up being a social positive and if they end up going the right direction. It's just what direction do they want to choose to go with their new freedom. For example, one of the things that was suggested is that they join a trade union with Iceland and a lot of the Scandinavian sort of countries. And so then they'd be part of a new trade partnership. They'd still be part of some of the European Union's trade rules. They'd obey some, they'd cooperate some, but they'd still have a lot of other freedoms legislatively that they would get otherwise. So, I mean, that'd be an interesting compromise. The problem is that then they would have to open up immigration, which they've decided was part of their reason for leaving the European Union in the first place, which I think closing down immigration is generally a narrow-minded idea, because it's not entirely economically viable to shut down immigration. You're creating like a bubble. You need to, I feel like oftentimes with the economy, you need to go with the flow and that sort of thing. I feel like fighting the way that the economic tide is turning generally turns out bad for a company or a country or whatever. Honestly, I feel like America should just open up all its borders, basically indiscriminately. Well, I mean, to a certain extent. Obviously, like known terrorists or criminals, obviously you should maybe not let everyone through, but, well, I mean, a completely open border, I think, wouldn't be too much worse than our heavily closed borders that we have now. I mean, obviously there'd be more opportunity for people you don't want to get through, but the end results of how much you lose out on one side or how much you lose out on the other side, it makes me question which is more good ultimately. But I feel like there's a lot of good that can be done by opening up all borders in all countries everywhere and let people roam freely as they want, because borders are these things that are made up by men in the first place. They're not really, they're just our own idea. They're just our own imagined thoughts, the borders never existed in the first place. We invented them. And so we can just as easily say they're not there and that we don't need to worry about them with, just the thoughts, with just an action, with the signing of a pen, with the movement of a pen or whatever. I do feel that immigration should be open for everyone. So if that's part of Brexit, then I think that's unfortunate. So anyways, ultimately, I do have mixed feelings about the Brexit. And if closing down immigration is part of the reason for leaving the European Union, then I think that's rather unfortunate. If it was just sovereignty and making all your own decisions within your country, and maybe some of the surrounding resources, then like the sea zones, then I would understand. But immigration, I'm not so much with them on that. And, making sound economic decisions for you and your partners in nearby bordering nations is important. So I think they probably should sign into some sort of a trade agreement, obviously in the future, just not well, yeah, it's hard to be sure. As an American, it's hard to be sure of anything, really. I am speaking like I understand anything about the situation, which I truly know very little. But anyways, that's just, I guess, my thoughts on the whole Brexit thing and everything. So I don't have anything else to talk about left. So anyways, thanks for joining me this week for the Friday vlog. I rambled, I drank Donald Duck orange juice and pointed a dart gun at my face and cringed, and it was fun. I'll see you next week. Good night.